This thing gets you at the limit. It's one of the best things you can have. You have to experience this, guys. That's top notch. That's so much fun. Wow. Wow. With a big update to version 1.2, Razer has further improved its racing game in important areas and added new attractive content. Today, we'll take a close look at the latest addition, namely the different seasons for one of my favorite tracks, the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari, also known as Imola. Please also note that tire wear today is brought to you exclusively by GT4 and GTE. The 27th of April 2020 must have been a wonderful day at Imola. Just look at this blue sky, hardly any haze. Everything's in early bloom, dominated by green, not yet burnt by the sun, and I'm enjoying the scenery while I'm battling the Camaro GT4 over the track. The GT4 class is a class I haven't spent much time with in the past. It didn't really attract me in ACC. But after the latest update from Razer for AMS2 came out, I thought, hey, why not do a comparison video of the GT4 BMW M4 GT4 on Laguna Seca. Please check out this video.
Sector 1 time is good.
Because it, again, proved to me on what a high level of sim racing is at the moment. But back to our topic here. The GT4, I haven't done anything about the setup. The Camaro drives out of the box better than the BMW did. Chimama and GT4s are very good class or series or car type for getting into competitive sim racing, as they're already fast enough and powerful enough to be moved around on the real Grand Prix or famous racing tracks. But compared to, well, let's say that the GTEs or GT3s or even much faster classes, they're much more benign. You have much more room for corrections under braking, under accelerating, because of course there are a couple of seconds slower per lap. I like the Camaro, seems a very solid car. Perhaps not the car I would fall in love with, but a decent choice. Can't go wrong with it. Okay, I'd say that's enough for the spring edition of Imola. Let's move on to the summer.
157.58, sector 3 times okay.
So again, real weather. That's the afternoon of an early day in August 2020 at Imola, and we're in a car, well, I haven't had on my radar so far, and that I've just fallen in love with. It's the Porsche 911 RSR GTE. This thing gets you at the limit. Moving it at the limit. Feeling what you can do with it. Becoming one with it. Well, I won't use any silly, immature, sexual comparisons or parallels now, but you know what I mean when I say this is one of the best things you can have. Even though I've only played about 10 minutes in this car, it clicked immediately. I can feel this connection to this car. I can feel that it's worth putting time into it. This is the default setup. I haven't anything except for putting the brake bias one click or one point to the front. Done nothing. Wow. Wow. Come on, Razor. Give us finally good multiplayer modes. I don't know, leagues and seasons where we can race these cars finally. You have to experience this, guys. That's top notch. That's so much fun. I don't know if it's a realistic realization of the 911 GTE, but all I can say is that it clicked for me, and I want to drive this car on and on and on. There is something around 7,800 RPM in this Porsche that touches me very deeply. Once experienced, you're longing for perpetuating this feeling. Wow.
Sector 3 is 2.37.
This was the summer of Imola, and now let's move on to something more wet. Okay guys, this is some kind of nasty autumn weather. Woo! Real weather at Imola on the 11th of November 2020. And it's late afternoon, 4 p.m. The sun tries to fight through the dense clouds. It's foggy, and I don't see very much of the track. I have to admit, I'm driving more or less from memory. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know if we should call it wet, but the surface is at least damp. And well, so about the car, I'm in the next GTE car. That's the Corvette C8R. Completely different concept compared to the Porsche we just saw. Right out of the box, also this car feels pretty cool. But of course the conditions are not competitive. I hardly see the curbs and the entries of the corners. Whoa, not the easiest conditions, but this is what the real weather is about. Live with it, Timo. Yeah, but the inside is also this GTE without ABS is drivable in the damp. Let's pick an outside view. Wow. Wow, this is one trist day at Imola. Wow. Wow. But fortunately for us, we have a C8R lighting up the early evening for us, or late afternoon. Yeah. Wow. And this unmistakably is the winter season. It's early February 2021. It's still Imola. Hardly any foliage worthy of the name. It's in the morning, 8 o'clock, and we're doing some test drive with the monster of GTE. That's the BMW M8. Ugh, twice as wide as the second biggest car on the grid. All three cars, the Porsche, the Corvette, the BMW, have their very own physics, sound of course, and yeah, so far feel pretty distinct. This sonorous roaring growl. So let's see if the track conditions change as the time of day is progressing. Again, I've set the compression to 20 times. Starting at 8 o'clock. Sun's rising. Well, at least as high as it can in midwinter. Setup is default. Everything's right out of the box. Haven't done anything here. Again, I can tell if this is realistic handling. All I can say is that in my rig, for me, these feel great, provide a lot of fun.
You take it 2 times quick.
And I feel that the car responds to me and I can work with it, improve on it. Well, and the fact that I can talk and talk while driving without making at least big mistakes is another indication for a very drivable car. You see that the tire trims
Time was 1:44.06. That's your best lap in the
are
session.
beyond everything. Cool to see. Well, it's cold. It's early February. Well, for me, Imola has a certain flow. I like the track layout a lot and have completely, alright, internalized it. Some tracks you feel at home instantly,
Sector 3 times okay.
and on some tracks it seems we don't get a hook on them. Wow. Excuse me for repeating myself, but this feels awesome. And again, this is right out of the box. I did not jump into the setup. I didn't change anything
here in the cockpit, the FOV or whatever. Wow. Wow.
You've just done a 142.104. That's your best lap in this session.
Once again, kudos to Razor. Keep on the good work, guys.
When I relaunched my channel in January, I actually didn't know what to expect. All I knew was that I wanted to share my passion for sim racing. Now, a good 5 months later, I've produced 30 videos and have 240 subscribers. Not bad for someone who does this in his spare time besides work, family and other hobbies, I think. Besides producing these videos, I've also grown to love interacting with you guys. For your interest, for your appreciation, I would therefore like to say a very big and special thank you. It makes me happy that you accompany me on my journey. Wherever it will lead me, I hope you will be there. So, if you have any requests or suggestions regarding contents or how I should present things, please let me know in the comments. Until then, have a wonderful day, stay safe, and until the next time.